Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tea Time. One of the first things that I learned about StarCraft was that I needed to stop looking at the battles. And that was always a frustration to me. I wanted to look at the battles. I wanted to battle with the battles. That was cool. That was interesting and fun. But I understood, okay, all right, I get it. You got to learn how to macro first, and then you get to do that. I sort of accepted that this is a true thing about RTS that is just sort of the way it is, and there's nothing that can be done about it. But it always it kind of hung out in the back of my head, and always bothered me that that was the case, that I couldn't just start doing the fun stuff that I wanted to do right from the beginning. And so I went on this journey sort of to try and make videos and systems and a bunch of different things and ideas where I could say, okay, what's a way to enjoy the process of getting this basic mechanical fundamental level down so that you can improvise and explore and just play the game in a way that's sort of fun and not too bogged down with the rote mechanics, right? Getting past the make sure you're constantly building workers, make sure you never get supply blocked, that type of stuff. About 4 years ago, one of my friends came up to me and he said, well, you know, I also am frustrated with this thing as well. I think it's crap. I don't think it has to be true. And I was like, well, that's just how RTS is. It has to be. And he was like, no, it doesn't has to be. But he said it with proper English, and I was very skeptical about the idea, and he told me about this project, and it started developing 4 years ago, and now it's here. So Vanguard is a free-to-play arcade game in the StarCraft 2 engine that is the proof of concept for a bigger game that will be released outside of the StarCraft 2 engine from the ground up, and just totally focused on making an accessible RTS, an RTS esport, a competitive video game that's easy to learn and hard to master. Because I think I speak for the majority of human beings when I say that StarCraft 2 is hard to learn and hard to master. It's just hard all the way around, and a few people enjoy that. A minority of human beings enjoy that, and that's awesome. But I want to be a part of making an RTS for everyone else, and that's what this project is. To give you a basic rundown of the game, it's like co-op, but multiplayer. So there's a commander system, you pick a particular commander, and that is basically a modification on the races. And Vanguard being built in StarCraft 2 is Protoss, Terran, and Zerg, but the game that will be built later on will of course have its own lore and its own races, its own ideas, its own identity, and things like that. The fights last longer, which is a big thing a lot of people wanted to see. They want to see longer fights, micro being more important, and micro is very important, along with tactics and strategy. Macro, much less important. You spend less time in your base, managing your base, less time building stuff, and more time doing stuff with the stuff that you build. If you haven't heard the word stuff enough, there it is. And one of the things that these elements lead to, is the idea that you don't have to be super close in skill with a particular player in order to have a fun time. You can play with your friend that's bronze, even if you're platinum, and still have a good time and play the game. Sure, the platinum player is gonna win most of the time, but it'll be engagements. It won't be the platinum player just destroys the bronze player because they make more stuff and they just stomp them. And the bronze player is just like, oh, well, I guess I'm just bad and I need to get good before I can play this game with my friends, which is it cuts down on the social element, and in a game that's already very socially weak, it hurts even more, right? It's tough to make RTS a social experience, and that's one of our main goals in designing this game. Right now, the game is in a state of technical alpha, we'll say. It's in development. There's a lot of room for growth and change. One of the cool things about having a multiplayer co-op commander type system is that we have a lot of room for playing with levers and trying things out and creating balance by having multiple different factions within a particular race. and we've got pro players playing it right now. We've already had a couple of closed tournaments, and professional StarCraft 2 players we're talking about here. There's going to be a tournament this spring with a $5,000 prize pool that will be made up of all StarCraft 2 professionals. And to follow that, we're going to be having another tournament, an open tournament that you can participate in, anyone can participate in, but it'll have a slightly smaller prize pool, and that's in part to discourage maybe the professional players from playing, and getting only the players who really want to invest in this game, really want to get in on the ground floor and work it out. But this is an opportunity for any of you who want to get in on a new RTS esport, who want to get in on an esport that can have a large player base, because the accessibility is a priority in the design, and you can do it right now. So there's a Discord link below me in the About section. I'll also leave it as a comment just in case you don't get into the About section. I know the About section is almost never clicked, and also have the StarCraft 2 links. So I'm going to show you how to do this now. The way that you do this is you have the StarCraft link and you copy paste it into any chat, right, in StarCraft 2 engine, and then you click it, and then you'll know you're getting to the most up-to-date build of the game. You just click it, start it, and play it. We also have regular group play tests every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern with the developers. So you can talk to the developers, ask them questions about why certain decisions were made, consider ideas and opinions. It's a place where everyone's voice matters and everyone's idea is important. So please go ahead and, interact, enjoy the Discord, and start, becoming a part of our community. This is a long time coming. This is something that I've wanted for a very long time, and that I've been, consulting on, working on whenever I have time, for the past 4 years. And I'm just really pumped that we're here, that it's happening, and I hope that you give it a shot, and I hope that you let us know what you think. My name is JaKaTaK, and as always, thanks for watching. If you have an idea for a video you would like me to do, please leave with any questions, comments, criticisms, concerns, or anything beginning with letter C in the comment section below, and I'll see you again soon.